Taurus, in the month of May, you are going to see something. This is a download for some of you. This is an idea, an inspiration. You are actually going to see a path that is going to pull you from where you are today into something so much better. Now, we're going to look at the sun, moon, and rising sign of Taurus, and we're going to, wherever Taurus is heavy in your chart, May really is the month to do this because over the last several months, you've been getting a lot of good readings, really good information, but a lot of you are going, no, it's not going to happen. What I heard for Taurus is a lot of you are very stuck into the earth. Now, each element, okay, air signs have a tendency to stay in the air if they're out of balance. Water signs, all of these different elements, water, fire, and earth. Earth is everything on the material plane, and you are the pentacle in the deck of tarot. Now, those pentacles represent you being able to bring in prosperity, to create your own wealth, to create your own path. But when we go through this transition of the awakening, of the ascending soul's journey, the name of my channel, we can get stuck. And a lot of times we get stuck in our own element. For example, if you're living near the ocean, it may bring on a lot of emotions and feelings that you thought you healed, and all of a sudden they're coming back in again. A lot of crying, a lot of cleansing. If you are living, excuse me, in the desert, that's going to keep you very grounded, where you can't get that creativity. You can't feel the emotions. You just kind of feel like maybe you're stuck. So if you've been feeling stuck, Taurus, this is the month to push through. We have 3 big energy shifts going through in the month of May that are going to actually help you tremendously. The first is the 5th through the 8th. This is collective energy that I'm talking about, collective group of people, not zodiac specific, but it is definitely going to affect you. Those 3 days, the 5th through the 8th, is about rest, relaxation, and getting grounded in your own body, because you are the magician and you know exactly what to do. Now, remember, if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. I'm Lori Ann. I'm a remote psychic viewer. I see it, hear it, feel it, know it. When I look this direction, this is the past, this is the present, this is the future, and this is coming down from the ethers. And what I'm seeing at this time is the ethers are coming in, okay? The ethers, and they're going to come through, and one of these 3 shifts. The next shift is the 15th through the 18th, and the 15th through the 18th is remembering past situations, past people, waking up from a dream state, remembering, or feeling like you had a conversation with somebody that you haven't talked to in years. Some of it could be really negative, okay, I'm not going to lie, and some of it may be very, very positive, but what it is an unconscious connection you have with someone, something from the past that's going to come in and say, hey, here you go. I had this happen to me. I had an idea. It was from a year ago and I forgot about it, didn't think much of it. I woke up from a dream going, whoa, and start writing it out. So if we grab onto the opportunities that are going to come, the telepathic communication is going to be dynamic. Some of you are going to hear from somebody that did you harm, whether that be 5 months ago, or most likely 5 years, or even 15 years ago. You're going to hear them talking to you. You're going to see yourself talking to them in a dream. It has nothing to do with you. They are wakening up and they are going through their own, oh my gosh, I see what I did wrong. Okay, they're reconciling their own stuff. Now, on the telepathic level, we do pick up on it, just like when you went through your journey, Taurus, and you were angry and thinking of that one person, they were picking up on it. They started having dreams about you, and you were the one doing it at that time. So now it's reversed. Just let it go. You don't need to even, like, if it's in a dream and you wake up seeing how you apologize, then you know you still have an issue with there. You need to heal it and clip those ties. If in the dream you saw yourself just listening, that's good. That's healthy because that's their issue and they're confessing, they're opening up, they're sharing to you, and you're doing exactly what you're meant to do in this journey. Now, the last one is a big one, and this is a huge collective release, and that'll be the 24th through the 28th. This one's a big one, okay? It is going to be astronomical release, and there's going to be a lot of um, there will be a lot of unexplained emotions coming from people around you. We started the month of April. We ended April with this big emotional thing, people being angry and things like this. All of these unexplainable emotions coming from nowhere. And we're going to end the month of May in a similar kind of energy, but this is a big one because it's actually a release. So it's like going to the ocean and throwing it into the ocean and bye, and it's gone. And we want this to happen whether you are consciously aware of it or not. Whatever any of these three energy shifts do, Taurus, allow yourself to feel it, cry, get angry, and then pull yourself back together, because the possibilities that are in May for you are unbelievable. Now, when it comes to your security, I see some of you actually getting that download. I'll pull a card for you. That downloaded information saying, this is how you do it. You're creating a new path. You're making a detour on the path you've already established. So if you're doing really well, Taurus, you're going to do even better. There is a beautiful energy of being shown the way, and it's a choice. It's all up to you. You can stay in the exact position you are and allow whatever is going on to continue. You might be feeling you're doing really well. I don't need any more. And you'll be one of the rare people that are feeling that. But kudos to you if that's you. But there's this beautiful energy of going further. Now, the further doesn't mean that it affects you in an egotistical way. It's all about balancing your mind, your energy, your body, and your soul, and your energy fields, the frequency that's coming through. This is team participation. This is interacting with other people and growing something. The Three of Pentacles, you have a skill set you are very good at. And if you are not making money on that skill set, dive a little deeper. Okay, you can book a session with me through the end of May, and then all my services, my reading services will be closed. But this is beautiful energy, Taurus, where you really can go deep and start following your soul purpose. If you have no excitement going on, it is affecting your financial ability to manifest, to create, to start producing a different income stream. And that's where I see a lot of you being able to do that. I see pentacles around you. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I see them. So there's 1, 2, 3. I see 5 up to 7 pentacles coming in for Taurus. Now that could mean 5 different income streams where you have a job, maybe you have a part-time job, maybe you have a passion that you love and you're putting it out there for the world and investing, selling a property. There's all kinds of avenues that you can bring money in. So 5 to 7 different directions, 5 to 7 different ideas are going to come through in a download in the month of May. Let me know if you've already gotten that, okay? Because May is about turning things around. So June, you take off soaring. Some of you have already started in the month of May, and you're going to just keep going higher and higher. And I love that for you. But this is building a secure foundation, creating something that just feels like the King of Pentacles in the tarot, where you sit back and say, yes, I worked my booty off for this, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it, savoring the scents, the smells, the flavors, the visual aesthetics, everything going on. You're going to have so much gratitude as you go forward. Now, when it comes to your personal health, I feel some of you are still locking in some of that. You haven't fully healed, you haven't fully processed. Let me pull you a card when it comes to the negative aspect of your security. Okay, there's like this part of you that it's like you don't want to go forward. The ascending journey is hard. looking at things that have happened by people that hurt us. We don't want to look at that again. Not only that, we don't want to see why we were involved in it in the first place, but it's all about taking accountability, people taking accountability for their own actions or inactions and accepting it. So we have for you the healing card. All right. This is the zodiac sign of Aquarius. It doesn't mean that you're dealing with an Aquarius, but this is about opening up to the age of Aquarius as we step into this new timeline in our history. It's actually a very beautiful energy, but with this card is a lot of work. Okay, it's a lot of work to be holding this in your hand and scooping up the emotional bodies and releasing. You have the air, the earth, the fire, and the water in this picture right here, the balance that comes in. And when we do this, we are rewarded, honestly. And you may even hear it in your mindset. Let me know if you've heard that, okay? Like, because you did a good job, you're going to get a reward. We're giving you this gift. Like you will hear this coming from your direct connection to source. All right. The divine will tell you this. The angels around this will tell you. There's a beautiful coming together when it comes to this part of your life. Whatever you've been feeling stuck in, it's time to heal it, release it, let it go. And May is the month. If you don't do it and get it resolved, it's going to cause more problems as we go further into the year, because this year is all about tear down and change, right? When it comes to family, oh no, they want me to say nutrition. Some of you are eating the wrong foods. You may be eating high processed foods. You may be eating, I see a lot of like rich foods. This may be, I see steak. So maybe it's steak smothered with a lot of butter and onions and mushrooms and something like that. It can be anything. It can be pasta with a lot of heavy cream sauce. It's like there's too much rich food for some of you, and you need to reevaluate your diet. And there's nothing better than like Alfredo, right? It's awesome, but it is loaded with a lot of cheese, and it's not really a healthy, balanced diet. Maybe adding a little bit of veggies in there, pulling back some of the cheese and turning it into something that is more balanced for you will be better. This will help a lot of you who are having stomach issues, who feel weighted down by the food that you're eating, stuck to earth, right? And this is going to help you feel lighter as you go forward. They're showing me fruit, which came in another video for a different zodiac sign. Make sure you're checking your sun, moon, rising, wherever you feel drawn to listen to that reading. But this is lighter, airier, feeling light and airy. And really, the problem with air, they don't always attach to the ground, to earth. So they live in the clouds like a balloon that just floats around, overthinking and creating. And they could live in there. Air signs can live in the air all the time. They never want to come down. Same thing with you. You can live on the ground and never want to become creative. So it's a healthy balance of what's going on where you feel lighter and like you can kind of come in and out like an oh, what are those things called? Like that musical instrument, accordion. All right. Now, moving on to family and friends. Some of you are dealing with somebody that has a headstrong attitude, is what I'm hearing. A headstrong attitude. They may be really, really bullish. They may be a fellow Taurus, right? And it could be you dealing with this person. But somebody is super stubborn and they're blocking this path to victory. They're blocking this new path to a higher level of success wherever you're at, whether you're down here trying to rebuild your life or you're already thriving, there's a next step above it. This individual, I feel, and I'm only seeing one, but this is a general reading, and this is one example of what I'm seeing, is basically family holding you back, or a friend, somebody you really do love, you really consider them as an asset in your life somehow, and they they're mean. Okay, like they're mean. And honestly, I don't feel all the Taurians I've known, They don't get their feelings hurt because a lot of them are unhealthy, so they block everything. You can't even get the words out of your mouth, and they're blocking it. It's like you have a sixth sense, you know, don't tell me no, don't tell me how to do it. But yet there's this energy that this person can penetrate that stubbornness, that unwillingness to listen is being penetrated. Again, this may be you, this may be them that I'm talking about. It could be your neighbor or your own adult child in their marriage. Whatever's going on, the Queen of Pentacles is showing up in this particular scenario. And that Queen of Pentacles is talking about nurturing your relationships, nurturing yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is self nurturing, taking care of your mind, your body, and your soul, creating proper, healthy boundaries. And when you do this, you back up in that chair again. And that's where Taurus belongs, in your chair. Whether you're queen or king, it was irrelevant, because both the queen and the king have everything they need. This person has all of it. They have the beautiful connection to self. They are balanced. They are understanding. They know how to nurture and actually create something beautiful. That's you, Taurus. That is a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn right there. So whoever this person is, there is a beautiful opportunity to turn things around with them, to get on the same page with them. Now, again, they don't have to be an actual earth sign. They can be any sign. That's one example. But you have somebody who does want to make amends with you. They do want to fix things with you. Now, when it comes to another group of you, it looks like you're dealing with something pretty harmonious. I'm seeing the birth of a baby, celebration, joy. Somebody may have gotten married, his, mine, and ours kind of a situation where they're bringing in a lot of children. But I see a lot of children, and I see a baby being born. So if you are being born, there is a big transition going on. Not you being born. If you have a grandbaby or a child on the way, you're going to have to end the life that you had. You're changing, all right, this transformation. You're ending the old patterns, because this child is very relevant to a lot of you. It doesn't have to be a baby. Again, his, mine, and ours, like a new child coming into the family unit. There's a bond between Taurus and this child. It doesn't have to be yours. There's just like this, like like the kid will look at you and go, "Hey, Taurus, I know you." And you'll be like, wait, is this really going on? Like, how does this kid know who I am? How do I feel so strongly connected to a new child, or to a child that has just come into your life? This child is special, all right? This young individual is very special. They have very angelic energy around them, and they're going to show you the way. If you get detoured and you have a kid, whether it be a baby cooing at you, smiling at you, Taurus, or a little child talking to you, you're going to hear something. You're going to see something. This could be a sparkle above their head, maybe an aura. Some of you, this is going to be the words that come out of their mouth that is going to inspire you, that is going to grow you, where you are so ready to change what used to be and open up. And obviously, for another group of you, this is you in your own life having your own baby. All right, this isn't a relative having one. This is you, your partner, and you having a baby, and your life is completely changing. But it's changing for the better. Again, there's something amazing. Like, this is a little earth angel, right, coming to you. This is a child that has heightened intuition, that has this magnificent power around it, and they're going to show you the path to victory. Sometimes it's a completely different path that we could not possibly expect, and yet here it comes. Now, that is very specific. Obviously, if you're older, you may not be in that category, but it could be a grandchild that's doing it as well. It has everything to do with your own transition, your own change, and opening up your heart, because a lot of you have been like going, I ain't opened my heart up to nobody. Nobody. And people post in the comments saying, like when I say they're going to talk telepathically to you, you don't have to do anything. It's their thing. They're like, I'm never going to talk to them. They haven't healed their issues. This is a transition. Your challenge for the month of May is to heal old issues, and this child is going to do it. Maybe your neighbor, all right? I don't know who this kid is that I'm seeing. Now, obviously, it's a general reading, so it may not be for every one of you, but if it is for you, if you hear of a child getting ready to be born, if you just found out you're pregnant, somebody just got married, bringing his, mine, and ours kind of energy in to their marriage, let us know in the comments because it's really powerful. Has everything to do with an earth angel child. All right. I hope that helped you there. Now, romantically, some of you are dealing with a situation that it really is time to end it, but yet there's that connection because you, as a pentacle, you take your time usually to get to know who you're dealing with because you don't want to invest your time and energy, anything. You don't want to invest anything into somebody that isn't going to work. So with this individual, we have again a fellow Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I feel Capricorn very strong in this particular scenario. If you're dealing with a person who is like you, where there's a lot of healing that needs to take place, you've been working on it for a really long time, been trying to maybe going to counseling, going to therapy, trying to work on this whole relationship, but it feels almost useless. Something again, a download's going to come in. It's going to come into your mind. It may be your partner, right? It may not even be you, but a download, something beautiful directly from source, directly from the divine, is going to help you see the path to either ending the situation civilly or reconnecting and healing it. And I feel for a lot of you, it's the latter. Like you don't want to leave. That's why you've been investing your time in trying to heal it and fix it. This is that moment of clarity. It's like, oh my gosh, if this is all it took, I would have done this a long time ago. Now, that may be your partner saying it to you, but I do see a turnaround in this situation. Let us know if that is you. Now, for another group of you, you know, when it comes to finding the love of your life, it can be challenging, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. People change all the time. They wear masks, and it's really hard to see who they really are, even if it's been 4 years of dating, courting, engaged, even married. And then all of a sudden, this new person shows up. You're like, you are not my partner. I don't know who you are. I've been there. A lot of you have been there. Because of that, we put up this force like get back, like I mentioned earlier. And you may not be interested in any romance, period. Don't even want to hear it. A lot of people tune out right there. They cut off. They don't want to hear it because they're still broken. They're still broken. Hearing the words that come through can inspire us in many ways, especially when you allow the whole thing to be said, because I can't speed up the guiding, it just comes through me. Taurus, this person coming in is going to be a long-term opportunity. This may become a friendship for some of you, but I feel for a lot of you, it will start off slow. It'll be a friendship. You'll meet them. You may not see them for 2 months, and then you see them again, and all of a sudden, things just start moving, growing together, especially if it's toward the latter part of Capricorn. Remember, I said I feel Capricorn's really strong in here. So the Capricorn moving into Aquarius energy, there's a beautiful, there's something amazing about this person that you are not going to want to let them go. Not necessarily speed it up, but you're not going to want to let them go. You want to do everything together. And I feel for some of you, you are going to travel. Now, this could be traveling. Honestly, traveling, when I see it, it can be going to a grocery store, all right, down the street, but that's not what I'm being shown. I see traveling from like a city to a more rural, possibly sub rural area. It's a more open area. And there's a sense of calm. You really connect to that area. Going through the shops, maybe there's antique shops around. There's something there that has brought you there. I am seeing the word Salem. You may be going to Salem, Oregon. Maybe you're going to Salem, North Carolina. Maybe you're going to somewhere else. I could name a ton of things, but that is the word that just popped through. There's a beautiful adventure, like a real story behind how you meet this person, a story that will become your legacy. It will become, let's tell the story about how mom and dad met, how grandma and grandpa met. Let's tell the story to our friends about the greatest love of our life that we've ever seen. That's the beauty of who is coming in. You can always run, but this is a beautiful opportunity for a lot of you that you have to be paying attention or you will miss it. So have a wonderful May. Happy birthday to all our Taurians and much love.